Fukuoka gave us the perfect start to the day. A quiet beach, warm sun, crystal clear water, and an Evangelion subway that made my nerd heart incredibly happy. But later at the Seaside Park, everything shifted. A simple bike ride brought up feelings I didn't expect, and a part of myself I thought I already had worked through. So this might even be my most raw and personal vlog so far. Since 2018 we were saving up money for our wedding and our honeymoon in Japan. We planned everything for April 2020, but then Corona took over the world and it changed everything. We still got married, but no party or honeymoon. And Japan was closing its borders for a long, long time. Tourists? No. So we postponed our journey again. And again, and again, and I admit I was ugly crying at least 2 times because I always dreamed of going on a honeymoon traveling adventure. But then, in October 2022, Japan officially opened its borders again and we could finally start planning and fly over to Japan for our 3 months honeymoon. And if you like, you can follow us on our 3 months journey through Japan. And this is part 35. For breakfast, we decided to go into a restaurant that specialized in meals with omelettes. We ordered at the machine and each of us got another set menu. They came with a little bit of soup and a tiny salad, tiny side dishes, but their main dish was making our stomachs full, but not too full. So we went into our FamilyMart to get ourselves some snacks for our beach day. But then we went into the Fukuoka subway system, which was Evangelion-themed for the new line that just had opened. I didn't get to ride the Evangelion Shinkansen, so at least I can walk in an Evangelion subway. Thank you, Fukuoka! And I gave myself an extra few minutes to film this Evangelion ad for this vlog, because they run different ads in between. Then we finally hopped on the subway that takes us to the beach. The weather was fantastic. Not too hot, not too cold, the sun shines and I don't know, but it all gave me this feeling of summer break time during school. I'm getting a little bit nostalgic here. So, back to the beach.
So today we decided to have a beach day and we went up north. Like, the nearest station from here is Nata and the beach is so clean. There was just like tiny bits of trash, no comparison like to the nearest sea that we have. It's the Baltic Ocean.
So that's the beach we chose for our relaxing day. Only one other couple was there, but since we're still in a pandemic, we kept the social distance. We found a spot to sit under the trees in the shade. So now a special snack time. It's a savory rice cracker, but honestly, we didn't buy it for the cracker. We bought it because there's an Eva on the package and it promised us a sticker with each bag. But it was not only Eva's, it included several other iconic Japanese characters. So we got back to gambling again. And the first sticker was not an Eva. So let's try the next one. We got lucky with this one. It's all 3 Evas in chibi form.
And I like to, at the Baltic Ocean, I like to pick up tiny pieces of glass that's been rounded by the sea, because they are really pretty and there's more than enough at the Baltic Sea. But here, first there was almost nobody at the beach, there were just a few people, and we just found 2 pieces of glass. Because I remember that there are sakura gai, just pink, soft pink pastel seashells, but I couldn't find them here, but they were like really bright pink ones. I will show you later in the video.
The beach was incredibly clean, as you can see. Honestly, I can't sit still for too long. When I was done enjoying the view and eating the snacks after getting my stickers,
First glass,
I had to look for something to do.
whatever this is.
And as I told you already, I always have to look for sea glass and other interesting stuff on the beach. And I couldn't stop. And I found these bright pink and coral seashells. And the golf ball? I always had to look down and scan the beach. But that was not the oddest thing. We also stumbled up on a half-eaten up crab. Only the body was left, no legs and no arms anymore. Poor soul. Flowers on the beach? Weird, but fucking beautiful. I didn't expect cherry blossom petals at the beach. We also looked around, but I couldn't tell where the source came from. Unfortunately, the water had this perfect crystal clear and turquoise color. That's how I imagine a paradise beach must look like. And I was on a paradise beach.
And it was so nice and relaxing because the weather is nice and warm. Not too hot, not too cold, even though it's windy. And now we are here besides the boats at the fishing point.
We kept going along the pier and the fishing point. Even from there, the view is stunning. We took our Hamtaro Godzilla bag we bought in Osaka with us. It's now our picnic bag. It was definitely a quiet and relaxing start of our day, but things will change. For me at least, kind of unexpected. So we made our way back to the train station for our next spot, Umino Nakamichi, a seaside park.
We are currently at the Seaside Park in Fukuoka, and the day started out fantastically. We had a nice start at the beach, and you could see that my mood was happy. And then we decided to go to the Seaside Park, and I was so excited because there was we saw that there's a possibility to rent a bike, and I was like, oh yeah, let's rent a bike, it's gonna be awesome. So we rented the last 2 bikes, and as soon as I was sitting on the bike, it was awful for me. It was really awful because the bike size was way too small, and at the beginning the seat was also down to the bottom. And then we were riding for I don't know, just 1 or 2 minutes, and my stress level went over 9,000. And there's no other way to say that.
The music may feel overdramatic, but I'm not joking. That's how it felt for me on the bike.
There was a sensory overload, and feeling so uncomfortable on this bike and feeling so stressed that I was not able to describe this, and I was already so stressed because of this bike, and I was so happy to ride the bicycle and to ride around the park. My expectations and the reality was so far from each other. It was really I'm still not in the best mood. I was so stressed that we were holding on it was just maybe a bicycle parking spot where you can go off and wander to other viewing locations.
So I was able to communicate to my husband that something was not right for me and I was stressed. And that was the place where we took a break and parked our bikes for a moment. So after my husband adjusted the seat, I took the bike for a few rounds to check if I'm feeling okay.
And then my husband helped me because he was able to make the seats a little bit more up, so it's still a little uncomfortable for me. Like it feels like I cannot describe it even in German. Like it feels weird, not painful but weird around my knees to ride this kind of bike. And these bikes are so old and rusty as well. And because of my stress level and like the sensory overload, that I'm still not fully able to regulate myself to be calm and like think logical and be like, okay, this is gonna be fine.
I was still nervous, like I didn't feel safe on the bike, and seeing the rust also didn't help to make me feel confident. But it was okay now, and I was able to calm down and hear the beautiful view again that I was not able to fully enjoy and appreciate in a moment. But I felt okay again. Still tried to make sense out of my intense reaction that I had.
Yeah, I just felt so stressed, sad, and overwhelmed because I got the wrong bike. It's a little bit hilarious. I'm sure I will be able to laugh about it later. But I'm a little bit sad that I was not able to fully enjoy this really nice park. And just got frustrated so much. Because like I'm not a person who's often like that, who is like easily overwhelmed. I'm a really patient person normally, and that when I feel like this, which is really rarely, then it just doesn't make sense to me. It just felt weird and out of place. Yeah, but on the bright side, because I wanted to ride a bike in Japan, like wanting to rent a bike, I think there's like a lesson learned here. Like if you're like a little bit too tall, make sure that you are able to test the bikes beforehand. So next time, if you see an option, maybe just consider to keep walking instead of taking a bike that is not suitable for our size. Because obviously Japanese people are smaller, and we are not the tallest people, like even in Germany. Like I'm a little bit taller as a woman, but not on the super tall side. So we sometimes can feel that some spaces are obviously for the average Japanese person and not for the average Western person. It just was a lesson for me, and it's good that I learned it now.
It was a huge and beautiful park, and despite the circumstances, we biked around quite a bit. Next time it's probably better to come early to the park, spend there the whole day, because there was quite a lot to see and do. And if you rent a bike, make sure to get the right size and things adjusted to you. So after a few hours, we gave our bikes back. And I took a moment to reflect, because I still needed to make sense of my reaction.
So we gave back our bicycles, and the ride back was okay. But then I thought that maybe because as a child I had like a accident, like traffic accident with a bicycle, and even today when I have to take my bike in traffic, I am super stressed. I'm like traumatized, I'm like covered in sweat. But I thought, like, if I'm like at a park or in a forest, somewhere where there's no traffic, I really enjoy taking the bike. I really love it. So sometimes me and my husband, we are going out for like a day trip with our bicycles, and he always takes routes where there's like the least amount of traffic that's possible for me. But because we moved last year, they are kicking everybody out at 5 p.m. Yeah. So I'm still like pushing myself to like special offers for saving groceries that would otherwise be wasted or thrown away. And the majority of the way is like a nice bicycle road. But we have still to navigate through the traffic at 2 points. And sometimes I push myself to take these, to go out and get those groceries, but I'm still sometimes so stressed. Like taking the bike alone, if I'm taking the bike with my husband together, I still like have somebody I can like more or less like in a lean on, that I feel supported in a way. And I think being so uncomfortable on a bike, I was just so triggered not being able to like control my bike, to be able to move or ride as I have to. Yeah, I think maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but maybe I was like deeply triggered by my trauma, because I know that I also get really, really stressed, even in normal situation, when I consciously choose to push myself and overcome this fear. Maybe I was just like so triggered so much that I was not able to regulate myself properly. It was awful. It was really, really awful. I said it held like quite a lot of time, and it was horrible for me. But still, like, good experience. Now we know for the next time that we maybe go for an e-scooter or something else, or like make sure that we have the right bike size for a day trip like this. And now we have to go to they're kicking us out.
So after we got reminded that it was time to go, we went home. So after this very stressful day against my expectations, I needed some comfort again. So I checked Michaela's Fukuoka Eats blog again for regional specialties. The shop we ended up going to was not specifically mentioned in her blog, but it was part of a chain. A chain that served Motsunabe. Nabe means hot pot, so various ingredients are cooked in there, and Motsu means fluffy beef innards. And there it was, our small mountain of Motsunabe, ready to be cooked. And it was cooked together with tofu, green onion and cabbage. As appetizer, we got mentaiko, which is cod roe marinated with spices. Here it was served raw. And it's also one of Fukuoka's regional specialties. And it got more and more steamy, while our mountain of ingredients cooked itself into the broth. Yes, my mouth is watering again. And you can hear my excitement as well. What was interesting about this restaurant is that you kind of sit in the ground. At least it seems like it, but it was just like sitting in a chair. Kyushu got the reputation of being Japan's gourmet heaven, and judging from my face, I was in heaven.
So for dessert, I choose an ice cream I never had, melon soda. We bought it at 7-Eleven. We went to 7-Eleven because we wanted to buy some water and also Snaggies, Hunter Snaggies. It's like now our obsession. Even though I'm just like obsessed with my husband being happy if he gets like Hunter stuff and Hunter stickers. And I hope that we are able to collect everyone, like every sticker that there is. There are like 28 and we have around 15. Like I think we have more than half of the stickers that are out there. Open it. You can see the cream, you can see the lemon. Let's try it out. Itadakimasu. Okay, it already smells like candy stuff. Okay, this is heavy on the vanilla. Like the lemon part just is like a sour gummy. I don't really taste any kind of lemon flavor. like there's like this Korean ice cream, Melon, and I love this ice cream. And it's also melon flavored, obviously, because of the name. It tastes just sour, artificial candy. But it has like a little bit of a different crunchy texture compared to the vanilla parts. I think there are like more, like bigger chunks of ice in there, while the vanilla is like a little bit more fluffy. I'll try to show it a little bit better. You can actually like see the difference in texture. I hope so. If you can see it now a little bit better. But it comes close to the lemon soda drink, to be honest. And the lemon soda also just tastes like artificial candy stuff. So I think they made it work. I was still thinking about today because I got triggered because of my traffic accident as a kid, as a child with my bike. And I also think because when I was overwhelmed, like I also said that I felt like a child again, like having a mental breakdown, didn't know what to do, that this was a very big hint that it was like a childhood trauma. Just to be not safe on the bike, because being on that bike felt so unsafe, and I had to navigate through those people, like even coming towards me with their own bikes. Like I was so stressed, I couldn't focus. I was like, I was not able to focus. I was like shut down by emotions and those warnings that my body remembered from that accident, that I'm unsafe, that I was not able to think clearly or to regulate myself. So maybe if you see this video and you just remember something that made you feel, or that you are able to self-reflect so much on yourself that you are able to distinguish your reaction, that it felt more like you are a kid, and maybe that's a big hint that there is like some issue from the past coming up and makes you feel like a child again, because it's a trauma that takes control, unfortunately, in a certain situation or with certain people, or I don't know, like there can be so many kind of things that can cause trauma or trigger trauma. But I'm really glad that my husband was able to stay super calm and not shame me or made fun of me or invalidated me. He was just really calm. He seemed relaxed. But I'm not sure if he was, because like I think you would be stressed out too if you see just like your spouse that's an actual like adult behaving like a child, just like I hate it, it's horrible, it's frustrating, and stuff like that. I was really like that in that moment, not able to even express what I was going through, what was happening. Just be like, everything is too much, I hate everything, nothing's working. And like I was also on the verge of crying a few times, like being just so frustrated. So I was really happy to have someone by my side that made me feel supported and calm, so that now, like, getting through the day, still thinking about it and like, okay, that's the explanation. So I was able to work through this. And for dinner we ate like the Motsunabe. It's like a specialty of Fukuoka, and it was really good. But the fun thing is, and my husband didn't know because he suggested that we go there for this evening, and he didn't know like that the meat inside this nabe is cooked with intestines. And he, like, I don't know if I can say hate, but he dislikes it strongly enough. And I'm really known, like, between my friends that I eat anything. Like, I try anything, and I really like intestines. Or yeah, since I went to Korea, or maybe even before that, I don't mind that much. So at the end he was just like, okay, here's more meat for you. You can eat a little bit more. And even like tofu, it's not like he dislikes tofu, but if there's other more delicious stuff for him, then he would prefer to eat that. So he was like, oh, here's more tofu for you. But it was a really delicious meal. I was happy. So now we bought 6 more packages of the Hunter x Hunter waffles. I think it's like the 3rd sticker fun biscuit that we have now. Like the exact same one. But we are not giving up. We have a mission to complete. We already have like some ideas what we are going to do with those stickers. And the ones that we have like double or triple are going to be the ones that we try out first. Good night.
Thank you for watching. Haul time from the book of Near Hakata Station. Taylor Swift Reputation album. Taylor Swift Fearless Taylor's Version album. One Piece card game. Luffy starter deck. Skyzer figure, my husband's favorite Pokemon. Momoko from Doremi keychain. Shaolan from Cardcaptor Sakura gacha figure. Vegetarian gacha figure. A Fuji turtle figure. Cat in a kindergarten car thingy gacha figure. Rhodey Evangelion collaboration figure, and a cute humidifier I found at 7-Eleven. Yes, this was all part of shopping therapy that I especially needed that day. And that was our day in Fukuoka. Sunshine, pink seashells, Eva stickers, unexpected feelings, and comfort food saving the day once again. If you want to see how we even got there, the 3 months Japan playlist on the left tells the whole story. Or click the video on the right to jump into another chapter. Subscribing is optional but highly encouraged by my future stressed bike riding self.